memories dancing now. Let's leave them behind. You say and get my jacket. We're in your house, but it feels like home somehow. Can't deny this is where I'm supposed to be tonight. And love is paradise. Said I shouldn't stay, but you look so pretty. Pretty boy. Won't go all the way.
Guys, I hope you're having such a good day. It's checkout day. I'm so sad, but it's fine because we're gonna go to our home resort at the Riviera. We're gonna be heading off to Blizzard Beach this morning. Jason just went to go get a luggage cart. I'm gonna eat my oatmeal. I'm so old. On the docket today, we have Blizzard Beach. I already got our chair rentals. We have to be there by 10, so we're doing great on time. Everybody's showered, fresh, ready to go for the day. No later than 3 o'clock. I mean, even 3 o'clock, I would say is pushing it. We're gonna leave to head to Riviera. I do believe, is today our day that we have reservations at Topolino's? I think so. I think we have reservations at dinner reservations tonight at Topolino's. I think at like 5:55 or 5:15, or I think 5:15 actually. I'm excited to go back there. Hot take, it was not Jason's favorite. He thought it was good, but he loves Steakhouse 71 so much more. So that was not being removed from his number one. But he liked it. He definitely liked it. It just wasn't as good as maybe I hyped it up to be for him. And then we have our after hours party at Hollywood Studios, which is going to be so much fun. And then to see all the characters, we'll be busting out the character book today because there's usually a lot of rare characters at this. And usually at like the end of the night is when we go and do like the autograph signing, and then the boys, they go like ride Tower of Terror over and over again. But thank you guys so much for being here. If you guys are new, subscribe. Make sure you have that notification bell on. I have still a couple more private parties after today that we're gonna do, or one more at Epcot, and then we move over to Magic Kingdom, and I'll be using all the new Lightning Lane service. And hot take, I think it's the best one we've ever had. So far I've had really good luck. I have so many good rides. I have so many good experiences planned for you guys. And then also later today too, we will be having a room tour at Riviera. So I'll be excited to share everything with you guys.
It's really nice back here. The great thing about it is that it is a little bit more quiet. I think that it's nice too that we have our own little like path to come back here, and then we have our own little private entrance to go into the lazy river. This is way more of a chill place, and I feel like they're really trying to capitalize with all of it here because it is a little bit like tucked back, like it's kind of a dead end, but it's really nice. And then you can still kind of see the rest of the park, but it's, if you know where like the big lodge is, you take the path to the left behind the lodge, and then you follow it straight back, and like I said, it dead ends and it comes back here. I want to say there's like 25 or so loungers, or 25 little umbrellas, and then there's 4 chairs and a table for all of them. So if you have a party of 4, it's perfect. They did give us wristbands to make sure that we can get back here. It is secure, but it's very quiet. So I don't think I'll be talking back here too much more after this when everybody kind of gets back here, but it's a nice place for really inexpensive. We did get our DVC discount, which is also really nice. But yeah, I would recommend this. If you have stuff, if you're ever worried about like having your stuff out too, there's lockers and that again. I'm sure they're about the same prices as we had yesterday, but a great option.
Everyone is dressed up here, but looks so
so lucky to have our room already done. They just placed a call to see if anything was available, and we got so lucky. So this is our second time in a studio here in the Riviera. And I will say, out of all studios, this might be my favorite. So I love that you get like a little foyer situation here. This one reminds me of more of like a lock-off, maybe 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom, to where that's gonna be an adjoining room. But look at how nice all the storage is in here. It has a huge closet, which is nice. Laundry basket to do laundry, linens, a vacuum, ironing board, a steam iron, which is really great. You're safe. And then, like I said, that's gonna be for the adjoining room. Our bathroom, I love these bathrooms here because it gives you the best of both worlds. These bathrooms too are just gorgeous. They have such nice, like big walk-in showers, another rain shower head, still the handle that comes off for the littles. A seat fits plenty of space in here. But not only do you have that, it's a walk-through, right? So you can go both ways or have them separated. And you can have it, someone getting ready in there, and then someone even still taking a bath in here. And it also has the full shower with the shower heads that come off. Like, these are the best bathrooms, the best bathrooms. I love it, like the beauty of the marble. The countertops are really, really nice. There's a little less space in these bathrooms as far as countertops, but I like that they added like the second ledge up here, which is really nice. Great for getting ready. There's another light up here, and then it has the same up. Literally every bathroom at Disney has these, which is really, really nice. More H2O products. Has extra bath towels and that in here, toiletries, and then the hair dryer. And then turning around in here is the kitchenette. And what I like about this is it still has some storage in here, not nearly as much if you think of compared to like the last one, but it has all nice like glass serving things. I think this little carrier is so cute. I think that's newer. And then your toaster and your glasses, your ice bucket, more paper towels than that. This is going to be a little bit of your storage, and then your recycling is under here. Your coffee maker and that, full microwave, more storage on top, and then your actual full refrigerator, which is great. And then this is what I love about the studios. These rooms sleep 5. So this is an actual bed that pulls down. My kids absolutely love it in here. And I'll show you guys at the end of how it looks all empty. But it's really, really nice and spacious. Has a nice end table, more storage in there, another Hey Disney, more outlets. But again, like this one takes up some of the space so you can unplug it. Plenty of linens and that in here. More outlets on top. Has a little kitchen set, a little bistro area to where you can have your coffee, have a snack, eat. This will move out of the way, and then that comes down as a Murphy bed as well. More outlets in that over here, which are really nice. No C's, but definitely the 2 USBs plus 2 outlets. And then let's go ahead and look out on the balcony. So this is a little bit more of a unique view. Oh, you can see a good storm rolling in. Nice big balcony. I love getting to watch the entertaining, kind of the people watching in that down here. We're on the 7th floor for reference. Our room number, I don't know if I said this, was 8745. And so we're the 8th part of the building, I believe, 7th floor, room 45, if that kind of makes sense. But we'll easily be able to see the fireworks in that at night. We don't have a night that we're going to be watching that besides maybe our last night before we head home. But really, really a nice view. I think it's super, super pretty. And then Springs is over there. But I really, really love it. I really, really love it. I think this is a great hotel. It's my home resort. Let me know in the comments down below. Oh, one thing I didn't notice, or I didn't tell you guys, I think in either of the past, this room tour or the past ones, this has the luggage space or the storage space for underneath. And then also too, this one has the drawers. The Wilderness Lodge also had that to where you can store your stuff underneath, and it stores quite a bit. But such a great room, has all the little hidden Mickey touches. It just feels like home. The art in this resort, the details, even like this is like where you set your keys when you first come home and stuff for your bags. I think it's such a great space. Let me know in the comments down below, out of all 3 room tours that we've done on this trip, which has been your favorite? Well, I'm just trying to multitask a little bit here. I'm hoping to get myself some extra time to then go to the gift shop. We had such a good time going to Blizzard Beach today. I
really missed that water park. I really, really love it. It's definitely my favorite. I don't know if it's just the winter vibes, and I always joke that I'm a polar bear stuck at the Texas Zoo, being from Minnesota, living in Texas, and my husband says the exact same thing. Like, we're just built to be up north. We're not built for the heat, but we have learned to adapt for sure. It was so nice. We had just hot dogs for lunch, and then it was like the kids then shared a hot dog and a mac and cheese. And I will tell you guys, look how funny, how different that way I did that, or how off I did that, and it'll be fine. The hot dogs, the foot-long hot dogs, were larger than foot-long hot dogs, and they're the really good, like, all beef hot dogs, and they could feed 3. I mean, they were insanely good price, because for, I think it was like $12.99, you got a foot-long hot dog that was ginormous, and it was like a super thick, hot dog. But then also too, it came with a bag of chips. I thought that was a really good value, because like my husband and I shared one, and then the kids shared one, and then I also ordered them a mac and cheese, and that I just needed a little something. Anytime I feel like I can do a little like memory maker or something, I always like to do that for the kids, and that's like, if you're good for the day, I'll get you a surprise. So we got them, it was like that ice cream bucket sundae or something like that, and it was really good. It was not like go out of your way. You got a lot for the $20, and there was cake in the bottom of it, and then it was soft serve twist ice cream with an Oreos, hot fudge, caramel, whipped cream, M&Ms, and a cherry on top. It was quite the sundae, and I really, really enjoyed it. The lazy river was definitely the best part. It was a little bit of a culture shock, though, coming off of a party at Hollywood Studio, my words are hard at the moment. It was a little hard coming off of a Typhoon Lagoon after hours party where we had like no lines, and then we went to like a normal day today at another water park, and we had lines. The lines were not bad. The longest line I think I saw was for 30 minutes, and it was about half that, so it was like the inflated like Disney times, which I do appreciate, because it does set expectations a little bit better. And then for if it is not the full wait time, then it's kind of like a bonus, right? So we enjoyed that today. And then the lounger, I wanted to tell you guys a couple things about that. The lounger, I think, is a really great option. It was like, it reminded me of like a quiet cove. It was very quiet. It was, you got exactly what you got. You got your your 4 loungers. You got 2 loungers, 2 chairs, a little table, and the umbrella. And it was a nice, like, clean, sandy area. And I did really like it. I think it's great if you are wanting to get away from the crowds, if you want a place for your toddler to just sit and play by themselves, if you want it to where you have a designated area to where you guys can come back to, and it's like quiet, it's secluded, and you're really going to use the chairs. We didn't use the chairs. It was a place to dump our stuff. And yesterday was the first time we actually used the lockers, and that would have been perfectly fine. The only time I would definitely say, like, do the cabanas, do the loungers, is if you have a larger group. Definitely for the cabanas, like if you have 6 people, grandparents are with, babies, things where you need to like stay in the shade, you want quiet, and you want maybe like the extra level of service, you do get the refillable mugs. They'll go and grab your food for you. We've had 2 different experiences. We've had a really, really high-end experience with Morgan at Typhoon Lagoon, and then we had a not so great experience at Blizzard Beach, but that was also in 2021, and it was a very different situation because it was COVID times, and it was all the protocols, everything was very different. So I don't even try and take that into consideration, because you paid the same price and you got very little service, but it was during COVID. I've had it post-COVID now, and it is above and beyond. So I think all that silliness and all of the protocols and all of that part are done now, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, I love the loungers. We have dinner now at TOPOLINOS at 5:15. It's like just after 4 right now, maybe pushing 4:30, so that's why I want to hurry up and get cleaned up and get dressed so we can go to dinner. But maybe make a pit stop at the gift shop and see what we can find. And then we'll go to dinner at TOPOLINOS, which I'm super excited about. And then we're gonna drive or ride on the Skyliner to Hollywood Studios. There is rain in the forecast, so until like 10 o'clock tonight. So we will see. We also want to try 2 of the new shows. We want to try the Villain show and we want to try the Little Mermaid show. Depending on when the last show is though, we should be able to see it before the park ends. Fantasmic is kind of like third runner up. But I mean, it all depends on weather and it all depends on what time the shows get done, because typically the last showing for those shows are hours before park close. So we'll see. We'll see if we can even do that. But that is our goal, is to go a little bit earlier to where we can go and see those shows. But I think I'm gonna be real ready for dinner here really quick. I'm getting a little hungry. I'm definitely ready for a good belly of pasta because it's so good, and I'm so happy to be back. I'm just, every time I come back into the room or I walk around, I look in here and I'm like, I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so thankful because it is such a good resort. I'm so thankful and so proud that this is my home resort, and it's just beautiful here, and the service here is just chef's kiss. Like, I just 10 out of 10. I love it. Stay tuned. Let me know what, if you guys were going to an after hours, what would be your first ride? What would be the first thing you would go do? Would it be a show? Would it be a Mickey bar? Once the party starts, like, what is like your go-to thing? Let me know in those comments down below. But I'm gonna finish getting ready so we can go downstairs, because even Jason is considering getting a pin pack to where he can start trading some pins. And he says the only pins that he wants to get is for Figment. So we'll see. He also says that he looked it up and there's a Figment magic band. He's newly obsessed with Figment. So we'll see. We'll see what we can find. Studios. We got here like 6:30-ish. The kids decided that they wanted to do some pin trading in that, so that's why we came a little bit earlier. But also too, Blakely really wanted to see the new Villain show and or the Little Mermaid show. They typically let you in early. They let us in a little early. We mad dashed it to Villains, but that it filled up so fast. So we kind of knew that was going to happen. Then we were hoping to at least get in for Little Mermaid. That also filled up really fast, but it's okay. We had a really fun time trading. We've just been hanging out and having some family time. But then also too, we went to go watch Fantasmic, and Fantasmic got about 5 minutes in. What you saw is essentially what we got, and then they canceled the show because they were having, I think, technical issues. So now that we are hot and sweaty, we just went on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Hi,
love that ride. It was like a 10-minute wait. We also stopped at about 5 minutes or less until the party was getting ready to start after they kind of dumped everyone out of Fantasmic, and it took a while. People were not happy, which I understand, but things happen. So we got out of there. We went by Mickey Minnie's. It was like a 10-minute wait, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, amazing. So now we're just gonna start the loop. If it takes a little bit longer, we have a break, that's fine. We're gonna stop in the bathroom really quick here before we head into Toy Story Land, and then probably make our way into Galaxy's Edge. I don't like to go to Galaxy's Edge too soon, but the parties, it's great that you can essentially just make the loop and you don't have to go here, there, everywhere. You can kind of take your time and really relax and enjoy the park while it's quiet.
We're in the crowd, everybody's dancing now. Let's leave them behind. You saying get my jacket. We're in your house, but it feels like home somehow. Can't deny this is where I'm supposed to be tonight. And love is paradise. Said I shouldn't stay, but you look so pretty, pretty boy. Won't go all the way, but I'll let you pretty, pretty close. You've got that look in your eyes, oceans deep. It looks like I don't have a choice when you look so pretty, pretty boy. Cherry on top when I'm getting under you. That 70s pop playing from your speakers. Ooh, this kind of touch is one I can't afford to lose. All the stars in the sky and the shining silver moon. Got nothing on you. Said I shouldn't stay, but you look so pretty, pretty boy.
All right, we are back in the hotel, and it was a pretty good night. I will say that I have different comments about after hours because I feel like we had a very different experience than we've ever had an after hours. I want to start by all the positives. A lot of the positives for tonight were it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and I am someone. I'm sorry, look crazy. It was very warm tonight. If you are someone that loves the parks at night, you will love an after hours event because that's a huge part of it, and you're not dealing with thousands and thousands and thousands of people when you're trying to get like that perfect shot. I do believe there were so many moments tonight where you could still get those perfect shots and it's like all dark and lit up. It was amazing. Fantastic is what it is. Like that's just part of the game. Like even to always know that if you are planning your whole Walt Disney World trip to ride Guardians of the Galaxy can break down and you could not ride it your entire week if you were here for a month. There's always a possibility. That's a very extreme one. But there is always that possibility of going to do something just for one attraction. Anything is possible and anything can happen. So it was really heartbreaking because some people, I could hear them and they're like, we literally came for this. Like we planned our whole day around Fantasmic and getting to see this, and they literally sat there in shock like, did this just happen? But it happens. Like these things like happen. Like not everything can run smoothly all the time. So always note for that. Cast members were awesome. Gosh, maintenance and like janitorial, God, they were working so hard tonight. I honestly feel like tonight was oversold because I've never seen hour-long wait times. I've never seen 50-minute wait time. I've never seen, I don't think, even to where it goes the entire night, I don't think I've ever seen 45-minute wait times. And if it says 45 minutes, it is not a 45-minute wait. The posted wait times were what the wait times were, which was really disappointed. I did some screen recordings at like different times to kind of like show you what bits and pieces were throughout the night. And always note too in consideration, because there were some people on the last ride we went on Guardians or Rise of the Resistance, and it's such an amazing ride. Like it doesn't get old for me.
But they were like planning like, all right, we're going to do this, 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 and this. And there was literally 15 minutes, like, no, I think there was like 25 minutes left still in the night. And we still were like only halfway through the queue. And I wanted to say something, but I'm trying to not make as many comments because sometimes I feel like I burst people's bubble. Like if I'm like, that might happen. You should try and do this because we still have a long time. I'm trying to let people just kind of figure things out on their own because God, I'm too honest of a person. So that was kind of hard to hear because they were like, yeah, we're going to do this and then we're going to run over here. They were just trying to do Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror all within like 15-30 minutes, I think, or like 15-20 minutes. I think they thought that we were almost like through the queue, and then this ride was going to be like a 5-minute ride, and I wanted to be like, we're going to be here past the event being done. And that was hard because I even thought the ride or the wait time was going to go a little faster. So I even told Brody, all right, like we can maybe do one. Like we're going to try and do one. So if what's that one? So we know to like run, you know, like really, it didn't happen. We got done at 12:38. We got off of Rise of the Resistance and it was really fun. So let me break it down how the night started. So the party started at 9:30 and it ended at 12:30. So from those times, it's literally only people with a wristband can be on those rides. I mean, you're not getting a snack, you're not doing anything, you are do not pass go if you don't have these on. So those are my times, right? When the party starts to the party ends. We were able to go on and we were able to get, I think, 2 rounds of snacks on our way to rides, okay? 2, maybe 3. There was one, last one, I think, when we were walking out of the park, they were giving out leftovers and they got like popcorn and water. So we went on, I talked to you just right before that 9:30 mark or just after that 9:30 mark. We went on Mickey and Minnie's, and then we went into Toy Story Land because the whole bonus of going on these after hours nights is because you should be able to just make a path and it should be no problem. It should just, you got time. I mean, you can't lollygag all night, but you should be able to go in a decent order. You shouldn't have to strategically put, that's the whole beauty of these parties is you shouldn't have to do that. We're going to get ready together. Yeah, like we didn't even have time for aliens. So we got done with Mickey and Minnie's and went straight over to Toy Story Land. Toy Story Land, we were in line for about 45 minutes for Midway Mania, Toy Story, and that was alarming because one side was open and which is fine. You know, I understand that they're not expecting the masses, so there's 2 sides that there's like 2 tracks essentially that they normally run. Only one was running, but like it was running real slow. Like something was up. I'm like, all right, well maybe this ride like kept needing to go down, but it was like, it kept, you know, I think I can, you know what I mean? Like it kept trying and it wasn't working. And then we went over to Slinky and all the switchbacks were fully open for both of them. And we were outside the gates, if that makes sense. So we were past where it says stand by landing lane. It was long. Okay, so then after Midway, we went to, after Toy Story Mania, we went to Slinky Dog, and Slinky Dog took about an hour. And that's not riding the attraction, that's just the line. And then we went over to Millennium Falcon, because Millennium Falcon, I think, said a 10-minute wait time, and that was pretty true. That was pretty quick. I would say, I would have almost considered that a walk-on. I mean, she was real quick. And then from there we went and did Rise, and that was it. And we were there, like we got off of Rise 8 minutes after it ended, like the party ended. That is not the normal. Normally you can ride rides multiple times. The wait times, I was in shock. Cast members were in shock. Like I don't know what happened there, but the only thing I can think of is that it was oversold, but I have never seen that happen. But all in all, it was a very fun night. I am nervous now for tomorrow because tomorrow we go to Epcot and Epcot is not a one that I want to do that with because I am worried because like the big hitter is going to be Frozen, Remy, and Guardians, right? Like those are going to be your big hitters and maybe Test Track will be open. Like I don't know.
And so if we're talking, even if you eliminate Remy, because they're far, right? So Remy's over here, Frozen's over here, and Guardians is way up here. That's a lot of walk. So we add a lot of walking into high wait times. We're talking like 3 rides, maybe 4 rides in that span. So, in all transparency too, I wasn't gonna try and be super negative. I was struggling because I am a reason, purpose, feeling. I need to know why this is happening, and you're never gonna know why, you know. It just, then there's nothing you can do. But I did reach out on the chat. You can always, if you ever have questions for stuff, or like you're in a line and you have time to talk to someone, there's a chat on the My Disney Experience app. Anytime I need something, I have questions about something, or I need help with something, instead of like stopping and going to guest services, use the chat. They're awesome. They're really quick. I chatted with someone too, and just as like a commentary, I expect nothing, like nothing. And I'm not trying to be a complainer, but it was so sad that there were so many people there that they're like, this is what after hours is like. This is what it's like. And like, they were so it was a frustrated face on the majority of people's face, if that makes sense, because I'm gonna say it like this, and I'm probably gonna get some grief saying it like this. I don't wait in lines. Like I don't do 15-minute wait times. Like I'm not trying to be a snob, but I will pay for the lightning lanes. I will pay for all that stuff. If I don't have lightning lanes, or it doesn't have a low wait time, I don't do it. So then to pay for a higher price ticket and be waiting in 50-minute wait times, like, that's not cool. I don't know. I want to say 3 positives though about the night. Cast members were awesome. They were so fun, and they had so many positive attitudes, and they make your experience so amazing. 2 would be just hearing and making those memories with the kids was just a blast. I just enjoyed it, and that's what these trips are all about. And 3, I was so excited and thankful to come home to the Riviera, because I'm just proud of this resort. I'm proud that we're owners here. I think it's beautiful. It's home. It definitely feels like home. So those are my 3 positives. I have so many more positives. I don't want this to come out as negative, but I always tell you guys, I can't not be truthful, and I don't want it to come off too negative, and it probably is, but I have a hard time like hiding things or not being direct. But I would also, you guys know this stuff to know what it could look like, because I have said for years now, I love after hours. After hours are awesome. We're coming here for a whole week after hours. This has me thinking a little different, because I would never think that it could be there potentially be this side of things. So that's all I got. Still a wonderful night, still such a great experience. I'm so thankful to be here. I'm so thankful for all the cast members. I'm so thankful for all the memories. It was great food, great night. We have more Topolinos to eat in the fridge. Oh, I'm not hungry, but I will be having that for lunch tomorrow, because our dinner was so flipping good. It was so good. If you guys ever come to Topolino's. Topolino's it's like cozy, good food. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed today's video, and you guys stayed till this long, and I just appreciate you guys so much that you guys get through all of my chattiness and you stay till the end. It just means so much to me, and all your guys' support. You don't know how much that means to me. Let's do a thumbs up in the comments for the cast members. If you've been here, you've had wonderful experiences, you get that these cast members work really hard. So let's give a thumbs up as a comment, a thumbs up emoji in the comment box. I know that's probably confusing, but I mean, it's also 1 something in the morning. Let's give a thumbs up for the cast members in the comments, because they're what makes these trips so awesome. And thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and give it a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. Hit that subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.